Hey everybody, this is TJR. Recently, there was an article in Rolling Stone magazine wherein Keith Richards revealed that the band will return to the recording studio for about a week to continue work on their first album of original songs since 2005's A Bigger Bang. Now, last year there were contradictory statements about the production of the album. I'm going to quote from the Rolling Stone article right now. Ronnie Wood hinted that work had stalled on the album, which was already in progress. Then quotations from Ronnie. Mick and Keith wanted to make sure the songs were really good, so we've sort of taken a step back again, said Wood. Around the same time, Richards said that he wasn't sure when the band would get back to work. But, and once again I'm quoting from the article, but Richards spent his holiday taking stock of the material. He describes the process. Sometimes it's not as much writing as listening to what's been written and figuring it out and honing and all kinds of stuff. He trails off and laughs. It's very boring. It's like carpentry shop. Later in the piece, he reflects on the band's legacy and longevity and says in regards to touring, I think it's also how can you stop? He adds, because I think it has to be written in a different way, whatever the ending is. It's that last quote that strikes me. It has to be written in a different way, whatever the ending is. It sounds to me like he's talking about the end of the band's legacy, their last hurrah or their swan song. The Beatles' last hurrah was Abbey Road, and it was an amazing and beautiful swan song for them. Led Zeppelin's last was In Through the Outdoor, an album that featured diminished input from Jimmy Page and John Bonham because both were dealing with individual addictions. Also, tragically, their drummer died not too long after, and that made In Through the Outdoor an unintentional swan song. So when I read this quote from Keith Richards talking about how the ending is written, I have to wonder if he's feeling pretty certain that this will be the last Rolling Stones album. And I have to think that all this talk about honing the material is a good thing. I hope. Because if it is their last album, then they have to make it as good as they possibly can. 2005's A Bigger Bang was a pretty good album in my opinion. I enjoyed it. It's not a classic, but it's a pretty good album. It's got a lot of great solid songs and a couple of really exceptional ones also. I felt that 2016's Blue and Lonesome, a collection of blues covers recorded in 3 days, was the Stones coming full circle back to their roots, back to their first album. And if the Stones' legacy is weighing heavily during the making of this album, then perhaps returning to the band's roots by recording Blue and Lonesome was a necessary step before finishing what could very well be the last chapter of their legacy. And maybe that's why all the time reevaluating, honing the songs is necessary. I hope so. And I hope that this next and possibly last Stones album is a classic. Now, of course, this is all just conjecture on my part. I'm not there. I don't know any of these people. But this is kind of what I see just as I read these quotes, as I look back on everything. This is kind of what I see. Anyways, let me know what you think. Share your thoughts, please. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to click like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And also, smash that notification button. That way you know when I make new videos. And as always, if you want to help me make more videos, please consider becoming a patron supporter. Pledging just 1 cup of coffee a month makes a huge difference. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you all watching. Take care. Looking forward to reading what you have to say. Bye-bye.